Hi there YouTube, Musical Aviator here. We're on the ground at Point Cook, and today I'll be flying the Cessna 172 down to Tasmania, King Island. First though, we're going to visit one of Australia's or Victoria's most famous landmarks, the 12 Apostles. And we'll head down to Cape Otway and head on over the Bass Strait. Point Cook is our RAAF base. In fact, it is the very first Royal Australian Air Force base ever. So, on entering the base, we do need to sign in. There is a gate right where this car is parked. So from the gate, we'd need to, you won't be allowed to pass the gate without signing in. Sometimes they'll let you pass the gate and just park behind the gatehouse. Back there. The actual gatehouse is this little white square. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist in the scenery. That's alright. Hi there, Ahmed. Yes, we're getting the new flight simulator in August, so it's only a month away. A month and a day away, I think. So yeah, 4 weeks out, and then you'll have a completely new sim. I got GSX2, cool. Visible packs, all good. Anyway, we're getting a new flight simulator in about 4 weeks. So, if you're thinking about buying a P3D, don't. Anyway, let's jump in and sign up. Hi there, Toilet. How you doing? Yes, it is COVID Melbourne. Very much. Yeah, join the gang. Just pop in. We're flying down the coastline up to, I'll show you the route, since we're at the sign-in area. So, we're up here in Melbourne, Point Cook. Asbestos. Great stuff. Yeah, we're still on stage 3. So we're going to essentially fly down the coast, slightly inland on the coastline, pretty much across that dotted brown line. We're going to hit this Peterborough airfield, fly up a little bit and then around just offshore, like just enough to see the shoreline. The 12 Apostles are right about where Peterborough is shown there, and then we'll continue on down to almost where Apollo Bay is, drop off that little point, and then straight across to King Island from there. Spencer's been to the Apostles like 5 times. I've been like twice. The first time I went was in 2007. Was it 7? Might have been 6. Easter 2006. That's right. No, I've not been to Mildura. There's a lot of places in Victoria I've never been, even though I've been living here for 10 years. I've been to more places in New South Wales than in Victoria, and I am a little bit ashamed about that because, you know, I've been living here for 10 years, 12 years. So once we get out of COVID, I reckon I should gather a few friends and go on a road trip out west. Yeah, I've done the Great Ocean Road both times before 2010, so I haven't been out there for 10 years. Essentially, I haven't been west of Geelong for 10 years. How bad am I? Anyway, we'll be doing that today, the old Great Ocean Road in a Cessna 172. Hello to everyone. James, Spencer, QF, Daddy, Tim. Did see Toilet up there as well, and Rossi. Hello, Rossi. What did you say? Yes, there's a new Microsoft Flight Simulator coming out. FS 2020, about 4 weeks' time. So we're in Asbestos land, that's cool. We'll assume that we've signed in. Last time I came down here was about a week before the lockdown started again, and to sign in there was a big book with a bunch of pages in it. You have to write down your name and your car's rego number, your Victorian license or passport, various other details, just to get access into the Airforce base. And they had a whole bunch of pens in a cup that was written as clean pens, and they had another cup for used pens. And the idea was you pick up one clean pen, you write all your details down, you sign your signature and you sign in, and then you throw your pen into the COVID pen bucket, where they would, I don't know, be disposed of, cleaned. I don't know what they do with those pens. For all I know, they're dumping a pen if you use it once. But yeah, that's last time I came in here, which is, you know, last month. Cool. Out past the old barracks, which Lachlan's saying is full of asbestos. Hi there, JB. I'm not really sure yet. Maybe the deluxe one. Don't think the default aircraft are going to live that long in my sim. Maybe a year. I can't imagine the 787 will be that great, but you know, having the default scenery, whatever. Don't really care. Yeah, FS 2020 isn't available yet, but it will be available. I think it's like 20th of August, something like that. Is that the chapel? I believe that's the chapel. Anyhow, across airside. And up to the gang. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the fuel truck. That's the actual fuel Bowser. The truck is the Bowser. It's hilarious. Yeah, we're finally getting out of Victoria in the aviation, general aviation around Australia. You saw the last two episodes were titled GA around Victoria. Now we're GA around Australia because we're leaving Victoria. Chapel's back in the cluster of asbestos. Good stuff. Anyway, here is our aircraft, Juliet Kilo November. Tied down onto the little tie down. They have these little, I guess they're tyres with concrete in them. They kind of just weighted into the ground. So you stick your back tie down onto there. Anywho, time to open the door. I always need to bend down a little bit to get in. Otherwise I slam my head against that flap. So does he. Look at that. Smack! Straight into the flaps. Yes, I've done that many a time. I said there's two kinds of Cessna pilots. Those that have slapped their head into the flaps and those that will. Well, let's jump in. Cool, control lock is off. Gonna turn on the mains. Drop the flaps. I can already see the light flashing from here. Gonna stick on, let's see, nav lights and landing lights and the beacon. Let's see how that looks like. Beacon's happy. Landing lights great. Cool. And the master switch is off. No, you don't have to have an Xbox, you just need to have a Microsoft account. So sign up to that and then that'll be fine. It's different dollars depending which version you get, and with the deluxe premium version, I think it's 100 and by memory, thinking around the $150 mark. Don't quote me on that. Cool. Let's walk around. Trim tab's good. Tie down is off. And just going to check inside. Yep. And the hinges are fine. Good. Flaps. They're looking fine. Yep. Tie down's off. Chocks are away. Not going to do the fuel drain because we're going to refuel at the truck. Not much fuel in there, that's why we need to refuel at the truck. The oil's perfectly great. Good stuff. I'm probably not going to delete P3D for a little while, at least until we get all the add-ons pushing in. So once we get the release date, we're probably going to have nothing but default aircraft, and they're going to be boring. And besides, I've got plenty of room. I've got 2 SSDs and one of them's essentially empty at the moment. Don't need to do that. Take that off. Tie down is off. There's nothing inside the stall sensor. Cool. Let's close the door. Open the window. And we're just going to taxi away up to where the fill truck is. Let's pop this in there. Cool. Lights on. Mixture fully rich. Pump is off. Drop the lights in. Beacon is on. Clear prop. That's an RPM. Flaps. How are 30 aircrafts boring? They're not PMDG aircrafts, that's how they're boring. They're not this Juliet Kilo November. If you can't fly Juliet Kilo November, then what's the point?
Point Cook traffic, Echo Alpha Tango, Cessna 172, taxis runway 17 via Bravo, forward, VFR departure to the southwest.
I don't want to fly generic aeroplane number 52. I'll fly Juliet Kilo November. Alright, let's move on out. Point Cook traffic, Kilo November is taxiing from East Apron, North Apron to the field trip.
traffic.
Unfortunately, because of the way that they have the fuel set up here at Point Cook, none of this is ICAO standard, so you just got to look at where you're going. And everybody was parking the wrong direction, putting the right wing next to the tank. Come to a complete stop there. I've got no idea how close I am to that tank, so I'm just going to stop it here. Brakes are set. And we'll cut her out. That shut it down. Okay, everybody out. Of course it's going to spin around. Okay, so here's the refueling at this place. It is this truck. This truck is refueled with avgas. It's usually sitting here turned off. The pump only works when the engine is on. So, the idea is, step one. I guess we can probably move the, what they call it, static line onto the aircraft. Once I've stopped spinning around in place. Like a crazy man. Okay. Already doing it. Interesting. Cool. That way you're going to use fuel to get fuel. Alright, so I do believe that the static line is up the front there. Is it the rudder pedals doing that? I don't know. Seems it was. Cool. Lines on. Everybody out. Cool. And now we jump in the truck, turn the key on. That'll make the pumps available. So let's do that now. Cool. So it's quite a loud truck. And we'll let it sit there. Alright, cool. So now we grab the pumps. Pumps up to the front of the aircraft. I think I'll do the left side first. And we might as well go full tanks. I've only got the two of us on board. If you had three people, we'd probably have to think about it, but looking at the fuel plan here, we only burn about 8.6 gallons per hour. Full tanks is 53, and we only need 42 technically. Let's see, one tank is 26 gallons. No, we'll fill it up. Basically, fuel costs a lot more at King Island than it does here. Okay, the truck actually has a little reel that can pull that in. You will need the engine running while you pull that in, so up you go. Fuel line is away. We'll turn the truck off. And we'll take the static line back. Make sure the ignition is completely off. You don't want to run the battery down. And we'll run away. Quick squeeze out the fuel. Okay. Fuel drain, showing all fuel. Full tanks. Fuel drain. Up the top, good full tank. And the final fuel drain. And we're done. Before we run off, I'm going to have a listen to the AWIS. Not sure there is one here actually. Might be one at Avalon. Cool. All aircraft are exercise caution. Runway 1735. Circuit training, crosswinds. Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, so not us. Yep, got nothing there about AWIS. So I'm going to pick up the Avalon one. There will be vatsim for 2020. It won't come from Microsoft, it'll be coming from vatsim. Give them about 2 months.
Automated Weather Information Service, Avalon Airport, time 0821 Zulu, wind, calm, visibility 7 kilometers, cloud clear below 10,000 feet, temperature 6, dew point 6, QNH 1022 hectopascals, rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Automated Weather Information Service, Avalon Airport, time 0821 Zulu, wind, calm, visibility 7 kilometers, cloud clear below.
Wind calm. Not sure which runway everyone else is using, but we can use any of them. I'm going to assume that runway 17 is preferred because I'm seeing aircraft taken off in that direction. Let's get started. Down to the floor, we have fuel set to both. Fuel shut. Weight and balance has been checked. We've got full tanks and 2 POV. Parking brake is set. Control wheel lock is removed. Ignition and avionics are off. Master switch on. Fuel showing full. Static out pressure is off. Selector valve is both. Fuel shut-off valve is in. Flaps have been checked. Master switch off. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Okay for engine start. Fuel cracked out. Throttle is cracked. Master switch on. Beacon on. Auxiliary pump. Only a couple of seconds. All good. Prop is clear. And we're clear to start. Clear prop. Having the brakes on would have been great. 1000 RPM. And we'll drop back a little. It's cold. Rather cold out there today. 6 degrees. We're flying westbound. I'm going to go 114.1 set. °C. Golly. I'm going to put Peterborough and I don't know, we're going to Avalon first, aren't we? I've got an N instead of an M. Cool. I'm going to do a touch and go at Avalon. Going to see if Melbourne Centre's on. Melbourne Centre is on. Then we're heading down to Peterborough. And King Island. Really? Ah, I put 3 eyes there. Cool. Oh, start checks. Oil pressure. Yep, in the green. Temperature's not yet in the green, but it'll get there. Now lights on. Rather nippy, yes. We shall see. Not sure yet. I think it'll be something small and GA. Got to set up some camera positions, so one of them will be this. Where's the boys gone? On the way already. Cool, what the last one. Point Cook traffic. Juliet Kilo November's taxiing runway 35 via taxiway airport. We are indeed. Make sure you've got your life jacket strapped around your waist. Hopefully you won't be spending any time in the water. Last time I was here there was a NOTAM saying that that taxiway was closed, so I had to go all the way around, so I might even do runway 17. Curve's going down to Apollo Bay. Well, I'm doing Avalon, and after Avalon I'll be doing King Island. QNH was 1022, remember. I'd love to see over the top, because when I'm sitting in a Cessna I can almost see the top. If I just stretch up like that I can see over the nose. So I'm about there. I'm starting to see some white. Yep, rather take an arrow, but anyway, we're taking a 172. The slow machine, 110 knots. Gonna get a runway 17. We'll just depart 17. Easier. Might do the Diamond DA62, because I believe there's a DA62 in the new flight sim by default. Interesting to compare the two. Point Cook traffic, Juliet Kilo November's crossing runway. Dang. Crossing runway 04. Traffic Point Cook. Undershoot 08. Ah. Okay, cool. Yes, you don't want to get shot at firing range. Great. All the fun happening down here at Point Cook. Alright, brakes are in, mixture fully rich, let's bring it up to 1800 RPM. Drop a mag. And the other. Looking good. Idles well about 600. 1000 RPM, and we'll do a couple of tests. Okay. And flight controls are happy. Instrument set. I'm showing what? 90, 80, 70, 070. Out there. Mixture rich, lights on. Don't need the pitot heater yet because there's no clouds, but we might later. Pumps on. Now antenna panel, check. Motorized pitch trim is happy. Getting a bunch of stuff on my tube. Micro soft, cool. Idle power set, lights set, elevator trim is set, and the flaps will be up for takeoff. Cool, let's move out. Point Cook traffic. Juliet Kilo November Cessna 172 entering runway 35, departing right hand downwind. All the lights are on. Nothing on the approach. Good stuff. Out we go. Wollongong traffic, July November is passing 1,300 feet on climb 2,500, tracking Avalon. Time 40. Goodbye to Point Cook. Good looking little aeroplane, airfield that is. Australia's very first airport. Very first RWF base as well. Became an RWF base in, I think, 1921, but there were actually flying operations there happening since, I think, 1912. Anyway, head out to the museum once all of this coronavirus stuff is done, and have a look. Melbourne Centre's disappeared on us. Through 8 Point Cook, we have Avalon coming up. I've already listened to the AWIS there. Winds are calm. I'm going to use runway 18 for a touch and a go. Left hand crosswind. CTAF 1201. Miles. We're just about to fly over the Werribee sewerage ponds. That's what that is over there. Going to maneuver to avoid that. I don't mind landing in the ocean, but landing in a sewerage pond, not my idea of fun. My flight's Sydney to Sydney, great. Thanks for that. Refile. Avalon's not that busy, especially at the moment where there's no airlines flying there at the moment. Most of the Jetstar long haul fleet is parked on the taxiway Alpha, and a lot of the Qantas A330s are there as well. They've got 787s lined up, stacked up bit by bit, and then a bunch of A330s stacked up right next to them. In the sim, I don't think anyone else is there. There's certainly no air traffic control there. Traffic Avalon, Juliet Killer November is a Cessna 172, 2,000 feet. We are 8 miles to the east of Avalon. We'll be joining down crosswind. So again, joining base, runway 18, full touch and go. Avalon traffic. Howdy toilet, how you doing? Found the highway, Westgate Freeway. Little foggy. 5 degrees. Tim, if you can't make it to King Island in 3 hours, you've probably gotten lost somewhere. Should be about 1.5 to 2 hours. It's only 2 hours because we're going out past the 12 Apostles. If we went straight in there, it would be about 1 hour. I guess technically this is a Prince's Highway by now. It's Westgate back behind us before the ring road joins it. What mountains, Tim? Are you flying over the Otways? There is a coastline just to your south. Avalon traffic, Juliet Killer November is on base. Runway 18. Touch and go. Square off my base properly. Perhaps 10. Avalon traffic, Juliet Kilo November, turning final runway 18, touch and go. At 20. Dirt bike thing below us. Full flaps. Welcome to Jetstar Land. Yeah, there is a GNS 430 on P3D. It's based on the Garmin one. Look in Flight 1 software. I believe they sell it. It used to be called Reality XP, I think. There's also a Flight 1 one, which is different. But yeah, Reality XP and Flight 1 software, and I believe they're both available as Flight 1 products. Mindstar, I think Mindstar has one as well. So yeah, there's like 3 different GNS 430, 530 simulations around, all based on the Garmin trainer. Traffic Avalon, Juliet Kilo November on the go, turning westbound, tracking Geelong Township. Traffic Avalon. Alright, the time is 51. Let's have a look at our thing. Yep, okay. 4 minutes after that should be 55. We should reach the edge of Geelong at 55. Indeed. That was indeed Avalon. The Knights of the Round Table. Or is that Camelot? Can't remember. One of them. Okay, we should have roughly 51 and a bit, 51 and a half gallon of fuel. Let's see what our fuel's looking like. Yeah. We're not that accurate. Climbing up to, was it 2005? Yeah, we went the wrong way around. Yeah, 25 is right. It's a bit hazy at the moment, so interesting. And our heading should be 226. Find 225, there it is. And whatever. Cool. Oh, that's cloud. That's actually cloud, isn't it? Dang it. Unwind the clock to 1,500. Is that cloud or fog? I think it's fog. That's horrendous. Avalon said it was clear of cloud. What's this? Indeed. Let's play some music on the stream. The stream has now ended. Bye bye. See you in 6 months. Does YouTube shut your channel down for, I think it's 6 months or 3 months or something? Yeah, barely got contact with the ground at 1,500. And our MSA is 2,300. We climb over this, or you gonna get out of this fog anytime soon? I really don't know. I thought the weather was okay today. It said clear of cloud. Yeah, we did have a temperature and dew point at the same temperature, but this is definitely not looking clear of cloud. Gonna stick the autopilot on, and I'm gonna climb us out of this pea soup. Stick it on 4,500. Climbing at 800 feet a minute. Pretty well at full power. You can, however, it will probably come up with ads for people that see it. Ads that you don't get money from, and someone else does. They can't stream it. You can upload it as a private video, and that's it. I don't believe I have an altitude acquire set. There it is. And since we're in moisture, pitot heat on. Pump doesn't need to be on. You can see through the muck at the ground. If you're a Piper Cherokee, we wouldn't even be able to see the ground because the wing would be in the way. Oh well, we'll dodgy our way through this. If it had been real world, I probably would have gone back to Avalon. Yeah, what other airports do we have out here? Colac. At time 04, I'll be at Winchelsea. Time 14 will be at Colac. And we're coming out of the mark. We'll do VFR on top by lots of it. See if we can get AWIS at Colac. That's not the one. Got nothing. Hello. The sky is slightly bluer up top. That horrendous layer of cloud. Technically it's fog. That doesn't help us much. Now we'll try Warrnambool. Warrnambool? How do you pronounce that? There we go. Indeed, VFR at its finest. Great VFR here. Can't see a thing. Let's go to pick up this Warrnambool CTAF, see if we have anything up there. Otherwise, we might as well just pick up an IFR clearance to go direct. Warrnambool. Thanks for that, Shift Y. 8470. Let's pick up your Warrnambool CTAF.
Automated Weather Information Service. Warrnambool Airport. Time 09:00 Zulu. Wind 030 degrees magnetic at 6 knots. Visibility 21 kilometers. Cloud clear below 10,000 feet. Temperature 8. Dew point 5. QNH 1019 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Automated Weather Information Service. Warrnambool Airport.
Cool. That just updated while we were listening to it. Wind 030 at 6, 21 kilometer visibility, clear below 10,000. So what's up with the weather? Might just casually go on the way up to 6,500. Get some blue sky above us because I can see it peeping through that fog. Warrnambool. Isn't there a train that goes out to there? Train line at least. Could be that. I'll flip over my Activesky. Weather control. Live weather. Yeah, it's active. Strange. Might be a thing I should do. Just catch the train lines in Victoria to the end of the lines. Hang out there for a couple of days, come back. It's like, what did you do for the weekend? I went to Audible. What did you do there? Caught a train there. And then home. The end. Yeah, if we jumped on the train nowadays, maybe not. Are you doing essential work? No. Go home. The end. Also, you can have this $1,600 fine. Awesome. Leading my mixture. That's the peak right there. Gotta richen that up a little. There we are. 6,500 blue sky above us. Starting to see a bit down there, but that's fog. That's foggy as heck. Definitely keeping the pitot heat on for this one. Why is it still climbing? It's a bit soft on the altitude at Macquarie. Come on. That's just outright a cloud. I'd love to go around. Checking the heading, 250 exactly. Yeah, I'll take up a heading of 220. Go through that gap right there. Okay, the minimum safe altitude for this sector is 2,900. Probably be a minute late on that one. Not that I can really tell. Well, I can look at the GPS. There's Colac there. Back into this muck. Meanwhile, the autopath just randomly added 300 feet. So it reckons it's scattered at 2,800 at this position. Okay. Whatevs. I can see out of that cloud. Let's head on down. Indeed, too bad we can't see anything. I'll go back below this cloud. I think the bottom of it is around the 3,000 feet kind of mark. Definitely an actual cloud below me right there. Let's not descend that fast. Got a town below us. Not quite sure where that is. I know where Colac is, and I know that is not Colac. Might be Winchelsea. Shouldn't be Winchelsea. Could be though. If it is Winchelsea, we're about 4 minutes late. Five minutes late. There's 3,000 feet. We'll continue it down to about 2,500, making sure it's still visual. If we do lose visibility again, we'll need to climb above 3,000 feet. Back into the muck. But 2,500 should work out for us. Even 3,000 to be honest. Don't make it 2.5 because we are heading westbound. Reset the mixture. Back into the green. Oh, potato. Correct, 18th of August. Looks like it'll be a big week of not being on vatsim because we don't have a client ready yet. Oh well. Where is the railway? Lake Colac and Colac Township. We have it, time 14. Estimated time 14. Okay. So the next one up should be 26. And on a heading of 229. Little township of Simpson. Hello, Lake Colac. $2,500, going to give it 2,400 RPM, so we're nice and quick. Trimmed it out, manual flying. Visibility's back to kind of normal. And I mean that in the most uncharitable way possible. Okay, showing 245, 240, no error. That's better. Indeed. It'll be good to get the new sim, see what it's like out in these parts of the world. Probably fly over somewhere I'm familiar with in the real world, so possibly Sydney. Because even though I've been living in Melbourne for 10 years, I kind of know Sydney better than Melbourne still. Although I know the inner part, like the Mornington Peninsula I'm pretty familiar with. Going all the way down to Bankstown I'm relatively familiar with. Been there a few times now. Just haven't been very far west. On the Great Ocean Road. That visibility is getting trash again. 26 kilometers. It's not really that good, to be honest. 30 kilometers is okay. 26 is this. So we're pretty much seeing the real world weather now, as we expected it to be. Okay, I'm going to pick up, well, I think Melbourne Centre, 124.0. Okay, let's prepare the next chart. We're going to be flying in towards a little place called Peterborough. This place here. CTAF 1271. $30 miles out. Little township of Simpson, 26:19, so about 7 minutes away. I've got a calibrated altitude thing here, so might set that up now. 7 degrees Celsius. 5, 6. And we're at, 2,500 feet, right about there. Something like that. 115 knots T. knots, 110, 115. Yeah, it's dropping.
Quarter 744, descent of 9,000.
Fuel burn looks to be about even. EGT is nice and high. Got to play with that a little bit.
39 control services covered as well as what did you get for that?
Yeah, wind's coming from that direction, slightly different to what we expected. Irregularity. So it's someone here that lives out this way. What's it like living out in Warrnambool? Interesting? Anything interesting to do over there? Sure, there's something. Probably not right now, but you know, next year this time. Yeah, the Rubs, I'm working tomorrow, so I won't be able to get on until quite late in the evening. There is an event flying from Madrid to Rio de Janeiro, about a 9-hour flight. I'll look into that. We may or may not do the entire flight, but at the moment I'm planning on doing the entire flight. Possibly the Aerosoft A330, possibly the 777. $250. Haven't decided on the first flight for 2020, but it'll probably be some VFR pottering around on in Sydney or something. Be interesting to do a comparison flight between this and the other sim, so we might do that. Might do a last flight in P3D for a while, first flight in 2020. Let's do a comparison between the two. Come out of Bankstown in a, I don't know, Diamond DA62, down the harbour, up to the Central Coast, essentially what Qantas 747 did the other day. maybe without so much in the south. One minute away from Simpson. There it is. Is that it? Alright. And next after that is Peterborough. Time 34. CTAF time. Yeah, doing a milk run wouldn't be too bad either. One of those broken up milk runs where you do Sydney to Canberra, Canberra to Melbourne. That's all going to be around, you know, Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra stuff. Because that's where I'm familiar with flying. Not just in the simulator, but also in the real world. Both as backseat passenger in airliner and front seat passenger in Julie Kilo November or Hotel Take a Mike. Or various other things similar to that. So yeah, just get used to the new sim, compare it to how it looks like from the real world, compare it to this. Good fun. Traffic, Peterborough, Julie Kilo November is a Piper Cherokee. We are at 2,500, tracking inbound to fly overhead Peterborough, and then continue onwards for a scenic flight of the 12 Apostles. Currently 13 miles to the northeast, and estimate flight over Peterborough at time 34. Peterborough traffic. Simpson slightly behind us. The township of Simpson is literally like 4 houses clustered against the road. Great. Thanks for that, Grant. Yes, Cessna, not the Cherokee. Did I just say Cherokee? That's funny. I wouldn't be surprised if I called myself a Piper 172 at some point. Track straight at the coastline, and then we'll head up the coast on this side, and then we'll pop out over the water. Indeed, Cessna PA. Indeed, the turkey has the wings on the bottom, like where they should be. There's Pomp. That's got to be Port Campbell right there. Lockheed Gorge will be just behind us. We've got the 12 Apostles and London Bridge coming up. Let's get on down to 1,000-ish feet. Traffic Port Campbell. Juliet November is overhead. Port Campbell at 2,500. On descent 1,000 feet. Tracking inland, westbound along the Ocean Road. And will remain north of the Ocean Road. Juliet November. Lovely bit of coastline this, if you come out here in the real world. Sheer cliffs that just drop off into the ocean. Little stacks like that. Like itty bitty little islands that are taller than they are wide. I believe that one was London Bridge at one point. just past Peterborough. And we've got the Bay of Islands coming up. What's Kilo Foxtrot November? Great. When did that happen? Was that way back in like last year sometime? Let's put a let's not talk about that. Let's look at the fact that we're over this wonderful bit of land here. Look at these. Some of Victoria's most famous natural landmarks. Yep, we have the 12 apostles, or at least there's 3 of them. 4 of them. 5, 6. 7. What used to be 8 and 9. 10. There's about 10. To be honest, there's about 8 left. I think there was an add-on scenery just to chuck those in a little bit nicer than they were. Do a nice little orbit around these boys on this low wing aeroplane that we can't see out the window of because we're banking in that direction. Thanks Cessna, you made a really good window. Yeah, Aaron could either do today or he could do tomorrow. So he's picked tomorrow. Keep changing resolution as we move in and out of the range. I'll have to come back here for in the new simulator once we get it. So yep, that's the 12 apostles. A lot of these have collapsed into the sea. There's never really been evidence of 12 of them existing at the same time. There used to be about 10, there's about 8 surviving. They do occasionally collapse into the sea. There used to be one called London Bridge, which was 3 arches. One of the arches collapsed. Actually, I think 2 of the arches have collapsed. So essentially now we've created a new apostle where London Bridge used to be. No, it was 2 arches. That's right. I think that collapsed in, would have been 2008, something like that. As I said, I've been down here twice. I came down here in 2006, the first year that I moved down to Melbourne, and then again in 2010 after the London Bridge arches collapsed. Anyhow, that is the 12 Apostles. What I'm now going to do is head back down the coastline. And we'll head out towards Cape Otway, which has a lighthouse on the tip. And from the lighthouse we're going to establish an outbound course to track direct to King Island. As high as we can get without ramming into clouds. King Island belongs to Tasmania officially, so we pass a state border at I think it's 38 degrees 30 north, 38:30 south. Anyhow, I'm going to set up the aircraft for maximum speed. 2400 RPM, slight climb up to about 2500. As we pass Peterborough again, going to stick something into this. That doesn't actually matter. Port Campbell 14 minutes, current time is 42. From Port Campbell. Port Campbell is that town off in the distance, just in there. There it is. So I'm going to start the timer at Port Campbell. Then we need to count another 14 minutes from there. Let's get up to altitude first before we hit it. Then we'll accelerate up to the speed that we want to be at. And what's our heading? 090. Okay. (2005) set. Cool. And we're going to go right over the top of Port Campbell, start the timer. (2,500) altitude acquired. On heading. That's the time, 45 exactly. 59. Cool. Exactly 8:30 is when we arrive. Yeah, the Daddy, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind flying an A350. Be quite interesting. Currently showing, what's that, east? Nope, I know we're near there. That's more like it. 090, set on the heading. So we're going to cut through the Air River. We're not going to contour fly the coast, but we do want to end up about there, just on the point of where the lighthouse is, and then we'll track inbound. Just making the distance of across the water as short as possible. The airplane's obviously behaving fine, but you know, reducing the risk where you can. So the main issue here is we don't want to mistake Wattle Hill for Cape Otway. Once we're out over the water, we'll have a listen to the King Island AWIS. See, temperature 7 degrees or 2,500. Out there. What do you reckon? 120 knots? Yeah, 130 knots on the line. Speed, we do have a mostly crosswind. Okay. We're pushing a pretty quick speed for a 172. Settle back into 2,400 RPM. Special Ursa to cross that Cape Otway. Well, it made sense to me. We're in a single engine aeroplane. The more time you spend over water, the more risky you're playing it. So fly the shortest over water distance would be straight from Cape Otway. Pretty much the lighthouse itself, all the way down to King Island. Yeah, Sonic at the 172. Speedy Gonzalez. Just opened Twitch up. Hello people on Twitch, if you've left a message I probably didn't see it. Me neglecting Twitch again. Is it in the King Island pages for the thing? Let's see, King Island. No. There we go. Recommended VFR reporting procedure across the Bass Strait. That's us. Track via Cape Otway, Bold Head and Hunter Island. Minimum altitude for continuous VHF communications is 3,000. Report position leaving the coast together with the aircraft type, tracking details on POV. Nominate reporting schedule appropriate to the aircraft speed, e.g. 10, 15 or 30 minutes. Alright, so what time have we got there? 59. We're going to hit Otway at 59. We're going to hit New Year Island at 23 and 30 minutes. So it's only a 30-minute flight. We'll do a 15-minute reschedule. Ops normal. Or should we do 10? Because we're 172. Let's do 15. SAR time for expected landfall. Alright, let's do that. Cool, let's make 3,500 if we can, pass that cloud before we do that. Sounds like an idea. I'll go up now. I do not have any mods on Twitch, just me. Okay, so let's see. From Cape Otway, we're heading on 143 track. Track's actually 153.
Head down to 6,000, Qantas 520.
And I know there's an NDB down there as well. Don't need that. Don't need that. There it is. 332. Okay, time for Mount Otway is 59. A couple of minutes out, 5 minutes out. Tracking to together. Otway, time 59. Tracking 153 to King Island, time 30. SAR 45. That's Cape Otway right there. Heading 125.
Yeah, 4,000 feet. Sorry, 151.
Oh, it's at Juliet Kilo November request. Juliet Kilo November is a Cessna 172 Cape Otway, tracking 153 to King Island, time 30 at King Island, to POB, requesting flight following.
Remember actually my airspace
No flight following available, check it out.
might go to helicopter.
Well, that's not very nice.
Orbx actually 172 Delta R5-8 continuing on Macquarie to Wollongong. 95 then that we start 2,500 from Activesky
Got 2,500 and from Actel cleared the 3-4 approach for Quantum Central.
There's a road that goes out to the lighthouse.
Clear Port Macquarie via Canberra Flight Boundary, after runway 16 right, climb up to 3000, score 3730 and up time 0, filling 170. Good evening, Melbourne Central, Qantas 493, passing through 3,000 to 5,000, tracking through Dosal 1 departure. Qantas 493, Melbourne Central, good day, identified, cancel the seat, clear, direct Dosal, flight planner, flight level 37, no speed.
And there's the lighthouse.
Cancel said, Qantas flight level 370, and also cancel speed restrictions, Qantas 493.
Cool, I measured my direction from the lighthouse itself. So I'll just chuck in the heading correctly. 143. And we'll stick in a direct. $62 miles. And time 28 according to that one. Cool. Okay, 3,500. And alright, here's a briefing for how we're going to get out of the aircraft if we do need to land in the sea. Open the doors before you crash, basically. Otherwise the door frames may well warp and you won't be able to get it open. So, if we do need to make an emergency landing, we'll make every attempt that we can to start the engine. Somewhere around the 2,000 feet mark, open the door. It'll probably be held shut by the wind, but just get that lock open and give it a good movement. Keep your seatbelts on as tight as you possibly can with the seatbelt shoulder straps. Basically the aircraft may end up on its roof. You want to be tight as that happens, or you get flung all around the cabin. Once movement has essentially stopped and we are floating, drop your seatbelts, ram that door open and get out. As we come through about 200 feet on the descent, I'm going to pull the mixer down to nothing. That'll stop the engine. I'll probably also grab the main switch at that time. We will obviously declare an emergency on frequency. Our squawk code 7700. I nominated 15 minutes to report NOPS normal. Hello Grant, how you doing? Yeah, we're talking about having stage 4. It's not happened yet, but I hope it doesn't. Because I like every once in a while going off and getting a takeaway something or other. Showing a heading of 140. Correct, Grant. Do not inflate the life vest until you're outside the aircraft, otherwise it will pin you to the roof. Buoyancy working against you when you need to move downwards in the aircraft to get out. And we do have high wings, so even if the landing gear doesn't flip the aircraft upside down, it'll sink up to where the wings are. Yeah, Toilet Inspector, you can still get a takeaway fish and chips, takeaway kebab, probably a pizza as well, haven't tried. My nearest Chinese takeaway is closed for no idea how long, so I don't have one of those, but yeah, I can get, you know, fish and chips, kebab, burger, whatever. Macca's, KFC, they're all open. Yep, supermarkets will be the only thing open on the stage 4 lockdown apparently. Supermarkets, chemists and doctors. That's it. I agree. Stage 3, I can get used to it, it's fine. I can go out, buy a kebab if I want to, go shopping, head down to JB Hi-Fi and buy myself a whatever. New keyboard, as I recently did. Double checking that heading again. Should be 143.
Double 7 Delta Q level departure.
Right there.
Delta Delta CKQ leave is part of overhead fuel time 03, currently flying through 7,800. Currently AQ, direction 8 miles to FTX, and move up FTX is 1.1.
Just going to use the nav mode. It's easier.
Yeah, it's one.
Oh, I've got the NDB coming up. Just so.
3 hours time, 1.130.
Yeah, I feel that way as well. Need a holiday. I've been working from home and I haven't actually had a single day off from work apart from weekends and RTOs since essentially this whole thing started. I did take the public holidays off. That's it. Yeah, a good long week to myself of not waking up at 6 in the morning. Yep, small businesses. One of these days I'm going to go for a trip around the random bits of Victoria that I haven't seen, which we're talking about today. Colac, Warrnambool, Lake Corangamite. Catch a train randomly on the V line to wherever. Not Bankstown, because I've been there before. On the train. Yep, I am indeed saving a ton of money on gas. I think I last fueled my car up. It wasn't this month, let's put it that way. 17, 18 days ago, something like that. I forget when I fueled up my car, but I know it wasn't in July. I know that. It was in June. Must have been after my trip to Point Cook. In fact, it was probably that night. In fact, the last time I filled up my car might have been in Point Cook. So, Aviator 997, when we last met each other, that's the last time I filled up my car. Fine charters on the SR22, that would have been nice. I haven't purchased a train ticket since March. I haven't swiped my keys in 4 months. Minutes out from oh, I can still see it behind us, look at that, Cape Otway. So 10 minutes out from Cape Otway, I reckon I can see King Island up ahead. Not quite halfway through, but getting there. Which is Hunter Island? I know New Year Island, I don't know Hunter. Oh, I thought it would have chucked you at Cape Wickham, not Hunter Island.
Yeah.
Hunter Island, still don't see it. Ah, that's through King Island. No, we're going to King Island. Duh. Yeah, Outway wouldn't be too bad. Indeed. Flinders Island. Interesting places, these islands. Wouldn't mind heading out there, seeing what's doing. Most of the time it's just like, you know, wineries and cheese making places. I guess. That is a massive cloud. Heading down under it. Good old Three Hummock Island on the coast of Tassie. Good stuff. Didn't know there was an airfield there, but I'm just zooming into it now, and yes, there is. Look at that. What's that to do at Three Hummock Island? Like, there isn't literally any town at all. It's just an airfield with a dirt track that runs out to the beach. What? High car from the 70s, good stuff. Anyone ever been to King Island? Other than in the sim? Obviously we're about to be there in a little while now, but what do they do in King Island apart from fish? Here's this horrendous fog again. Okay, back in the autopilot, just going to listen to the AWIS down here. Do they have one? Yes, they do. Nice for golf, I don't know. Cool.
Information service. King Island Airport. Time 1015 Zulu. Wind 030 degrees magnetic at 6 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Present weather. No significant weather. Clouds scattered 2,700 feet. Temperature 7. Dew point 6. QNH 1020 hectopascals.
Cool, so the cloud's a bit low, 2.7. Let's get on down to 2.5. We are over the water, so we know what altitude the land's at. 0. Why are we going upwards instead of downwards? That's a funny thing about these really far away places. We go there as city dwellers and go, I'll go on holiday away to a random place here. And when you get there, those people think that, you know, coming to Melbourne would be pretty cool. Maybe not right now. Melbourne, the coronavirus central of Australia? Yeah, no. As you get those old retirees who have lived in like the big cities for most of their lives until they retired and got sick of it and they've left. They come out to the middle of nowhere and gone, you know, property prices are better, community's fine, a lot less traffic, get all the stuff you really want. They have to put up with councils and politics and nosy neighbours because they live very, very far away anyway. Yeah, I can see the appeal to it. I'm going to have to go around this cloud. Fair enough, Aussie. It's a bit of a daunting task. Better be a good swimmer. I'm not sure about swimming in the Bass Strait with an EPIRB attached to your neck. Kidnapped to go flying. So that's the Bass Strait behind us mostly.
Kilo November.
Kilo November.
Kilo November Delta Yankee Lima, please get your please.
Kilo November, we are approximately 20 miles to the north of King Island.
King IFR Angeliki, Mike, Delta Charlie 36 miles down, north rather. Londonville 120 1,000 feet, ground. FLAi, joining left base, runway 10, full throttle. Estimate King Island at 28. King Island traffic.
King Island Multicom, not yet. Let's get that up. 2685. Time 28. Still need to descend through this cloud. What do I have here? 135.
All stations in the King Island area.
Yep.
About 150.
King Island traffic. Kilo November is a Cessna 172, 2,500 feet. We are 15 miles to the northwest of King Island Airfield. Estimating King Island at time 30. We'll be positioning for runway 10. Traffic at King Island. So we'll be arriving from the dead side. We can do a midfield straight across and then... no, arriving from the live side. So we'll stay at 1,500 until we cross over into the dead side. Descend on a kind of oblique downwind and then pop into a full circuit from the crosswind. And runway 10 left hand circuit. Sounds good to me.
Mike Delta Charlie 9.
Hi there, Rossi. I think it's getting close. I need to think about how we're getting out of Tassie. But we're about a month away from the release, so we're just going to do a lap of Tasmania and then come back in. So I reckon we could do the lap in about 4-5 weeks. It'd be nice to get some control towers at Hobart and Launceston one night. Maybe Lachlan can arrange that. Do 2 towers. Log in as Hobart Tower while we leave and then log out and drop over to Launceston. There are the 2 islands, New Year Island and Christmas Island. One to the north is New Year Island, and this one here is Christmas Island. And that one up ahead is King Island.
Juliet Killer November, Mike Delta Charlie, confirmed position. I think we're estimates pretty much at the same time.
Juliet Killer November, estimating circuit time at 2:09, directly overhead Christmas Island.
Copy, Mike Delta Charlie, estimating 28. We'll position for the 3 mile final runway 10 and let us know when it's knocked down with.
Ah, that's right, we'll continue the entire circuit. What time is your estimate?
Copy.
Yeah, we'll enter the dead side, then rejoin from the downwind.
Yeah, copy. That's probably how I can do it, but we'll just do a separation. We're doing a 3 mile final.
Copy. King Island traffic, Juliet Kilo November, 10 miles at 2,500 feet. And we'll be joining into the dead side to join runway 10 downwind. Lachlan, you can arrange some air traffic control at Hobart and Launceston, hopefully. Can you do towers on D-class? If not, then we'll have to arrange someone else to do it. Traffic is on the TCAS. There he is over there. Ah, need your procedural endorsement. Do you reckon you'll get that in the next 2 weeks? I guess not.
traffic, Delta Yankee Lima is now 4 miles to the north. At 2,700, we have Juliet Kilo November on our right wing and intention is to join a mid-foot crosswind runway 10. Hang on.
Juliet November at 4.5 miles. We'll stay at 3,000 feet and then fly over the field at midfield.
Roger, appreciate that.
Getting Lima.
Station calling Delta Yankee Lima is now 1.5 miles to the north.
Fields in sight.
Flying overhead the field and to join a midfield crosswind. And we will let you know once we join a base. Juliet Kilo November.
Copy.
QNH 1020. That's the landing runway.
You want to Mike, tell the Charlie over the field, join we'll be joining left cross now, runway 10 at full stop. Kick on.
That's Three Rivers Bay straight ahead.
Particularly my favorite is now, because we're on crosswind as well.
Copy that. Juliet November is tracking southbound to Three Rivers Bay, and then we'll call once we're joining a crossway.
Copy, thanks. Mike to the Charlie, 1 left crosswind now, runway 10, full stop at the Delta, Yankee Lima, you can see.
Mike Delta Charlie, Delta Yankee Lima, we a wide crossing runway 10, approximately time 3.
Copy, thanks. Delta.
Yeah, Jackson Hole's a nice airfield, I like it. It's no Salt Lake. Alrighty, let's drop down into the circuit. What those things are? Are they windmills? Yeah, power things going. Operating? Can't tell. Yep, that's better.
Mike Delta Charlie to wide again, runway 10, full stop.
Mike Delta Charlie and King on traffic Delta Yankee Lima is doing 1 left-hand orbit on crosswind runway 10. And Mike Delta Charlie, we have to stop.
Getting everything, Mike Delta.
King on traffic Delta Yankee Lima joins downwind runway 10.
You on Mike Charlie, turn space. Runway 10, full stop, King on.
King on traffic. Juliet November is on the dead side of the field, just heading 1,000 feet. We'll be joining crosswind at runway 10. Approximately 2 miles.
Traffic, Mike to Charlie's going around, visibility completely dropped for us, so we're joining up with Copy Juliet, Kilo November, we'll go behind you.
Juliet November, stopping descent at 1,500.
Copy, thanks.
King on traffic Delta Yankee Lima, turn space runway 10 and copy visibility.
King Island Charlie, Mike Delta Charlie's joining an joining a late downwind rather, runway 10. Full stop. Sorry, that's music.
Say them there? No.
Yeah, I'll Mike Delta Charlie's late downwind 10 will be joining final behind.
Juliet Kilo November, continue to descent down 1,000 feet and on crosswind runway 10.
We next confirm the Mike Delta Charlie's joining final behind the other train going on.
Mr. Rich.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike Delta Charlie till final 10 full stop, Mike, King Island.
King Island traffic, Juliet Kilo November, downwind runway 10. Brakes are released, other carriage is fixed, mixed to full rich. Pump goes on. Fuel set to both. I have pretty even takes, a little bit more on the right. Seats and harnesses are secure. Checklist complete.
Hang on, traffic Delta Yankee Lima is clear of like
King Island, turn Mike Delta Charlie, clear of all runways, King Island, next to altitude, join that.
King Island traffic, Juliet Kilo November, turning base runway 10. Flat. King Island traffic, Juliet Kilo November, final runway 10. Flaps 30. Do ya? Is that a thing you need to do? Wasn't a thing that you needed to do when I was doing flying. If you didn't say anything, it meant a full stop, and if you did say something, it would have been about touch and goes, stop and goes, whatever. Default position is left-hand circuits, full stops. Where's this exit? For the cross, apparently. There it is. Got it. That's painted backwards, but whatever. King Island traffic. Juliet November vacated all runways. We won't park around the Saab. And also turn some of these things off. Beacon on, strobe off, taxi light, flaps. I believe that is a parking area. 1000 RPM, let's shut down some of this stuff. Let's get out into this very cold place. I saw you, someone who slewed. How you doing? Random slewers. What? Anyhow, let's all jump out. Great. Just what we wanted, an extra 300 sitting inside us. There's an easy way to fix that. Bye-bye. Okay. There's a pitot probe. Sorted. Wheel trucks. Delta Yankee Lima, thanks for that. Or DYL. Dill. I don't know. Delta Yankee Lima, that's what it looks like. Just spawn some tie downs. Good stuff. Alright. Juliet Kilo November here in King Island. Sometime next week, maybe on Sunday, we will be flying down to Smithton in Tasmania. Smithton via Hunter Island and the very tip of northwestern Tasmania. past the Hunter Islands and then down to Smithton. Very nice airfield at Smithton too. Anyhow, off to the whatever they have here at King Island. Welcome to King Island. Cool. We'll turn around and face the camera. With that, I'll say thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Have a wonderful weekend and a good week. I've been Mr. Aviator. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye for now.